皆さんこんにちは。여러분 안녕하세요. tukun sawadee krab. 大家好. Hello everyone. Today this video is about the top 10 habits of Singaporeans when they are in Singapore. So the first one, they like to chop seeds with tissue packets. Let's say, example, we are now in a hawker center, right? And here is the dining table. You find that somebody has they put their personal belongings like umbrella, tissue paper, pencil, pens, or even their handphones. Then you know that table is already reserved. That person has gone to buy their meal, or they went to the toilet and they'll be back in a short while. So if you sit there, right, they know you are not a local Singaporean. Alright, and guess what's the next one? They'll be using a lot of Singlish, of course. So they use a lot of la, lo, leh. Casual speech, for example, can lah, that means it's okay. Don't want lah, that means it's not okay that they don't want lah. And there are much more Singlish, just two of them. So the habit of Singaporeans is they like to eat out frequently. Places like Lau Pa Sat, Maxwell Food Center are lady go-to. No? That means every single day, right? The Singaporeans like to eat out every single day at least one meal. Like during lunchtime, dinner time, or supper, or it can be 3 meals a day depending on their habits. If they don't cook at home, then it's like 3 times a day, because they think they are super tired after working, and when they reach home it's about 8 p.m. Or 7:30. Then if they arrange the cooking and prepare the cooking, this another 1 hour. And after they eat, right, they need to wash the dishes. There's another 30 minutes, and including the eating time, there's another 2 hours. So from 7:30 p.m. All the way to 9:30 p.m. that time, they want to save the 2 hours by eating outside when you just order and wait. The maximum is 1 hour, including waiting time. It can be as far as 30 minutes if there's no queue. So it's just like things it's very convenient. The fourth habit of Singaporeans, they are very used to and accustomed to queuing for almost everything, for food at the hawker center, transport, even buy stuff in our shopping center. The fifth habit of Singaporeans, they do maybe they always check their phone 24 hours except the time they sleep or they work. I mean, working they also check their phones. The most common social platform they use in Singapore will be WhatsApp, and then they also serve the TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and even other platforms. So Instagram, and they like to post selfies, especially for younger generation, especially ladies. They like to post selfies every day, or whatever stuff they do, like a new bubble tea they bought, last month they ate. Some people are like that. They like to post a lot of this, but to me it's like not much of a point. Why not like spend your time more meaningful, like taking care of parents, feeding some stray animals food, but nobody can see. No, I mean it's legal, but then make sure they don't litter after they eat. Just clean up the mess and something. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and then we check the phone constantly, right? It should damage your eyesight faster, and you can't 老花. That means you cannot see the near objects clearly in the future at a faster rate. People say that 40 years old and above, then you gonna. But if you do this, right, when you start to work at 25 years old or 18 years old, you start to work, then you check your phone every day. I think 30 plus kena 老花 already. Don't need to go to 40. So checking phone constantly is good if it's work related, But if it's like it's not work related like just surfing Facebook, then I think this can be reduced. But it's a really habit of the Singaporeans. If you go to MRT or to bus, right, then you see lots of people just looking at their handphones or they are sleeping. The 6 habits of Singaporeans, they like to complain about almost anything, including the weather is hot, it's rainy, or humid, or like they haven't feed the cat, or like their mother told them return early, they're having curfew. Then if they are married, right, they complain about their sons, their daughters' result. There's endless topics, really. And then if they attended something like a wedding, then they complain about the food, They go to buy something at hawker center, if the food is not good or the price too expensive, or if the price is too expensive and the food is not good, then it becomes double complaint. The price is very expensive, the food is not good, right? So they'll complain 2 things. And then Singaporeans, they like to write online Google reviews and give a 1 star negative rating without hesitation, without any thinking if they find the product or services that they use or patronize, right, it's not up to their standard. So they even send complaint email to government agencies if they find that if there's some inquiry and the officials do not reply them in a appropriate way. Well, the 7th point, habit of Singaporeans, they're very Kiasu, they are fear of losing out, Kiasu is actually a Hokkien word, dialect. So Kia means afraid and Su means to lose. So Kiasu means afraid to lose. So the mindset, right, shows things in like rushing for MRT, the buses, LRT, rushing for getting seats at the hawker center, the food courts, or even getting the best queue position when they watch the lion dance. They come early, 2 hours advance, and also try to get their children into the best schools and get the best job with the best salary. But actually, there is no like the best job in the world. Even give you like 10,000 or 20,000 Singapore dollars a month, you won't really be happy. The happiness is just bringing you temporary. I mean, the money give you temporary happiness. That's what I encountered and experienced in my life so far. You can be a millionaire for one day, You ride around. I mean, you go around in Ferrari, 1.5 million Singapore dollars with a private driver, or you go to yacht cruises, and then you even throw money on the floor. And lots of interesting stuff that you eat. Best buffet at a 5-star restaurant, one meal costs you thousands of dollars. You stay at the Marina Bay Sands, the best hotel, one night over 1,000 Singapore dollars. To you, that $1,000 is a big thing, but as a millionaire, that $1,000 is just $1 of a poor person, So it depends on context. And then money cannot really buy the temporary happiness, and most importantly, money cannot buy love. Those men or women, they say money can buy love. It's not really like sincere-hearted. I think it's like the money, right? If the woman just stay with the guy for money, right, you can actually tell very fast. In the first 1 week of relationship, she wants this Prada bag, she wants a Hermes bag, she wants a present every day, want this ring, that ring. Everything is material. And if you don't give, right, then they become like angry and don't want to meet you. The girl who is sincere-hearted, don't care about whether you reach or poor, they just want you to be a good person and be sincere to her, and that's all only, and they care for her. Because the richness cannot一山还有一山高. There'll be more people rich than you. If the girl just want to be with you just for the money, then she will abandon you once you find a richer guy. And the same for the reversal rule. The men find older women and same stuff. Number 8 habit of Singaporeans, they use like contactless payment almost everywhere. EasyLink, or they use a PayWave. Public transport via MRT and bus is already highly integrated with cashless payment. So even they go shopping, right, they will try to like pay by a credit card, debit card, or Master and Visa, and use bank card, Nets also if possible. They will try to reduce using cash because they find bringing cash is troublesome. Singaporeans want things to be done efficiently, so ever since the integration of cashless platform in Singapore, then lots of Singaporeans, especially the younger generation, they are okay, they are very happy to use cashless payments, but there are risks like the card being stolen for the personal detail, the PIN and so on. So online theft had happened. I also encountered this when I was overseas. My UOB card was compromised, meaning that somebody used my card to make payment for pizza worth $9.35 or something, and then I did not order the pizza, you see. So I need to come back Singapore and cancel the card and then retrieve my card. They send the new card to my mailing address, and I find it troublesome. So nowadays I just keep a very small sum in the card I want to use for contactless payment. The next habit of Singaporeans will be to mix languages in one sentence. For example, they use English, Malay, Mandarin, and dialects in one sentence. So that sounds complicated, right? And for example, I would say that why Japanese means I want to eat rice in Hokkien. That's just one sentence. But what if I say I want to makan. It means I want to eat, but the makan is a Malay word. So you see. And lastly is like supper culture in Singapore is common. You can eat anytime from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. at night because hawker center they open until like 10 o'clock, right? But some areas like Geylang, Bugis, they have the food courts. The kopitiam open until very late. So especially on weekends, right? Then Singaporeans will like go and eat. You just go there and eat and then return home, social, friend pairing and so on. So here we have the 10 habits of Singaporeans. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and like, share and subscribe. Enjoy the video, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.